we have the first details on how Jujutsu Kaisen Curse Clash will play, thanks to a translation of a scan. We also have the first look at Kaguya in Naruto Shinobi Striker, a character teaser for My Hero Ultra Rumble, new DLC came out for Kakarot, JJK across Fortnite happened, and a ton of fighting game news came out of EVO because I was on vacation last week and we didn't do Around the Bush. So we'll talk about all of that today. This is your weekly anime game news. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Around the Bush. Name's Globku. I'm here with Rene. How's it going?
Hey, going well. Well. Just got from watching the Bomb Rush Cyberpunk trailer. Got emotional. Relived my whole childhood throughout that trailer. Nice. Very excited to play that. I'm once again. I just noticed, and I'm once again all sponsored up. I have my True Classic. I have my Gamer Subs, and as well, because I was taking care of something, I have my Ridge right here.
Damn.
It's all sponsored up. And let me grab some water. Excited to talk anime. There's a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff that I haven't checked either. So this is a lot of this stuff I'm gonna react as we read and watch the stuff that's been coming out.
Cool. Okay, we're gonna start with a cover with a thumbnail because we don't leave that stuff for last. And we're gonna start with the new scan that came out for Jujutsu Kaisen Curse Clash. So Shonen Games here did some incredible work with this translation. So that's what we're gonna look at. We're gonna look at this translated scan. First thing that pops up is definitely the character additions. I mean, initially that's all we reported on. Sukuna finally confirmed. He was hinted at, but now we actually have confirmation. And we got Maki, Inumaki, or how do they call him? They call him this by the second name.
Yeah,
okay. Maki, Inumaki, Panda. Yeah, Toge. Toge would be...
Okay.
Yes, there we go. So yeah, those three, definitely very expected characters. I don't think there's any surprises here, but we're getting there. Getting to the point where maybe some surprises are going to have to start coming through. 8 characters confirmed so far, and the website confirms more than 15 will be playable. I'm not expecting a big roster out of this. This could very well be half the roster already.
First of all, shout out to Shonen. This is Shonen Games, right? Shout out to Shonen Games. Because not just the fact that they translated everything. Look at the amount of work they put into making this look pretty. I appreciate everything that is here. Like, graphics-wise, shout out to Shonen Games. This is really pretty. It's easy to follow, even though they're like covering stuff. So awesome stuff. Glad to see Panda. Panda is, it was expected, but yeah. I'm still glad to have Panda as a character for sure.
Yeah, Curse Speech is definitely the first thing I'm gonna mess with. Like, what the hell?
What the hell? And considering the developer of this game and considering what they did with My Hero, I'm super interested to see what they come up with, because one of the things that I loved about My Hero was their ability to make unique characters and also in a way make them balanced, because I think My Hero is a pretty balanced game considering all they do. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do with these unique characters, and Cursed Speech is definitely one of them.
Yeah. So we actually have a first look at what Biking might be doing with this game, thanks to these translations here. Because they actually talk about a mechanic, and it's kind of... I read this and I go, no, they didn't. Like, I can't believe what I'm reading,
Okay.
Yeah, so increase your curse level to gain the advantage. Curse level, as far as I understand it here, is going to be your meter, okay? So in Yuji Itadori's third case, you do Divergent Fist, which is that blue punch right there. Or you increase your curse level and it becomes Black Flash. So same move levels up. As your curse level raises, you will become stronger. When Yuji increases his curse level, his techniques will evolve and will become a lot more agile. As your curse level grows, you will be able to pull off bigger techniques. Each character will be able to evolve their techniques. So not only will Gojo be able to use red and blue, but you level it up, it becomes purple. All right. So that's like, okay, more meter, more powerful techniques. Fine, so far so good. How will Maki fare with no curse power? Instead of having a curse level, she will have a physical level, charge up the gauge in order to deal damage with attacks whilst wielding various curse tools. Okay, so they made something equivalent to the curse level for Maki because she doesn't have the thing. Basically calling it something different. Okay, so far so good. Here's the part that I think it's a little bit, what? Combine managing techniques with curse techniques in order to get a 1-up during battle. Managing techniques. Okay, so curse techniques, from what I understand, are the specials, right? So what are the managing techniques? Hit your opponent with these techniques in order to increase your curse level. These techniques will not do any damage to the opponent. From what I understand, basic attacks do not deal damage in this game.
Huh.
What?
That is
But
super
that's-
interesting. So
That's like a certain Dragon Ball game.
Okay.
everything is mostly setups to what you will do afterwards to, get the damage going. I like that.
It's weird.
I don't know. It's definitely weird, but I also like that that's a new way of thinking about a fighting game, setting up. There's always strategy involved in fighting games, of course. But the strategy is specifically in the gameplay. I like that. It's just because of the fact that it's new, and it makes me think about this game in a different way. Now I'm curious. Now I'm engaged. Yeah.
I am curious too. So when I first read this, I thought managing techniques, I'm sure that's like a type of special move that's going to increase your meter, and then you unleash the curse techniques, which are the damage dealers. But you still have like basic attacks on the side, right? But then I look at the screenshot and it's like, that's just a punch. Are they? Wait, so automatically go from managing techniques to curse techniques. So auto attacks into specials, right? That's what's happening here.
Yeah.
So I think that's...
Ongoing attack activity
think
symbol
so.
combo. Yeah. Man, this is interesting. And just what we were talking about just a few seconds ago regarding the whole biking making interesting characters. If we put this stuff in perspective as well, this is going to be super interesting, and it creates this how the hell do you balance this? This is cool. This is interesting. And look, hopefully not. Shonen Games, again, great job. Maybe this was mistranslated or lost in translation somehow.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the case because they don't usually miss. So I'm definitely excited to see. Now, not that I was not interested in playing this game. I'm even though we're usually logical about this stuff, we get hyped, We get hyped.
Yeah.
We like Jujutsu Kaisen, so we want to play with these characters. We get excited for this stuff as well. So yeah, I was excited already because it's JJK. I love the anime, so I want to try out these characters. I want to know what it is like to feel alive in this world of JJK. But now I am super curious to seeing how this game develops and how this game comes to be. Now I want to know what the characters are gonna do. I'm super engaged in this game.
We do have some little character previews we have hints. We have tweets from Bandai, which we could start to understand a little bit. But if you want like this idea reinforced, this bit of text here says, in Jujutsu Kaisen, you can only exercise curses with curses. So the game follows the feeling of the JJK world, where you'll only be able to defeat your opponent by clashing their curses with your own. So just all of this makes me believe that, normal attacks don't do damage. Is what I'm understanding. Each character's abilities from the manga are also recreated in depth within this game. It's going to be fun with how unique each character is going to control, which is a very biking thing to do. So, expand your battle strategy potential. Each character has their own specific ability. Once you have reached a certain curse level, you will automatically awaken it. Increasing your curse level further, your powers will evolve into a stronger power. So from what I understand, there's like a passive buff that is character specific by just accumulating curse power. In Yuji Tadori's case, gear up. Increase your speed. So increase your curse level to make you dash a lot quicker. By using this, you'll be able to get extremely close to your opponent in order for you to show off his talented CQC skills. It just gets faster.
Here's what I'm just thinking. I tend to stay away from characters that require level up in fighting games.
I think everyone requires level up here.
Right? Yeah, that's the thing. I think that the reason why you do that, it's because that character ends up being more complex in a way, or ends up requiring more management on your end than your opponent if he's not playing a level up character. But when everyone is a level up character, that is already a different thing. And it's interesting because I was just thinking about it. If I'm playing a fighting game and there's a level up character, I want to stay away from that character. But this gets me excited because since everybody is going to have that, it's going to create this environment where you're going to be managing, do you want to go for more level ups, or do you start doing damage now?
Yeah.
And that is going to be super interesting. And I'm sure it's going to change between characters. Maybe this character, the second level of curse does not make it so you're willing to not do any more damage. This level 1 is just enough for the rest of the match. This is going to be interesting. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Sorry, I want to stand up for the rest of the stream. Sorry,
okay. Good. Good.
With Gojo though, his level up is pretty different because you gain temporary super armor. We've seen in the trailer that Gojo has a lot of projectiles and teleportation, so he just automatically gets super armor on his moves. That's gonna be fun. Now, there is the question that everyone always asks, okay, Gojo is an overpowered character in the show. Will he be overpowered in the game too? Now, we know that Viking likes to try to balance characters at least. And they do say that, okay, yeah, we realize that we're giving him super armor, we're giving him very powerful stuff, but the trade-off is that his stuff takes a while to charge up. So the startup for his moves are maybe a little bit slower than other characters. So he still feels powerful, but it's not just free, you know? And that is basically the translation of this scan. We're not done with this, though. So shoutouts to Shonen Games for the translation there. Bandai has been tweeting. And they tweeted about Sukuna. First of all, these screenshots, I feel like they look better than the trailer.
Yes, that was my first reaction. This was one of the only things I actually saw before the show. You sent me this, and my first reaction was, wait, it looks much better.
Yeah.
And I'm not even, counting the fact that the trailer had like an arrow. Is this, that's another thing. But
cursor.
It always brings the question. Put me in charge of reviewing the videos that come out. Please, let me release videos with proper graphics. Because I don't know if it's just me being nitpicky about the graphics, but I am 100% sure that a lot of people will look into a game like this that releases in 720p and say, oh, this looks worse than Naruto Storm. And then maybe it ends up looking the same. It will not, but I'm just giving an example. Just the fact that you're releasing a trailer with low graphics, it is not good marketing. There's a reason why a lot of games that release on PC get recorded on PC only, and the footage from consoles is not released before the game is released. Yeah. It's because it looks better, and that's good marketing. And I'm not saying that it's a good practice to do that, because sometimes you get misled and the information is misleading. But in this case, at least give us the good graphics, man. Because this looks much better. And obviously, this could be a more recent build. But I don't think that was the case. I think that was literally just a trailer with bad, probably exported in low bit rate, or YouTube screwing up. I'm not sure. It was definitely not 4K. So that's one of the issues.
Yeah. I do want to point out something in this screenshot right here, because I'm sure some people noticed already. But the tweet says that the mighty Gyomen Sukuna is a playable character. Watch out, this cursed king wields heavy, indiscriminate blows regardless of friend or foe. And in this screenshot, you can see 1, 2, 3 characters getting hit by his attack. So friendly fire is in this game. at least character-specific friendly fire.
That is gonna be so fucking toxic. It is gonna be so toxic, man. Either you're very.
Do you think about this? Like, also, there are skills that don't deal damage apparently. So all of this is kind of interesting when you put together.
Yeah, it's more interesting stuff, and makes me want to know what everything is gonna how everything is gonna work. But yes, this is gonna be very toxic because I can either see myself getting mad at someone being stupid with this move, or me just being annoyed by my teammate and saying "fuck off, man," and then just throwing out abilities. Yeah, this is gonna be terrible.
Yeah,
I love it.
But that's another way. Like, this game is definitely being created as a 2v2 first. Like, it has a 2v2 focus, and because that is one of Sukuna's gimmicks that's just not gonna come into play when you play this 1v1, if there is a 1v1 mode.
Yeah, and you know what? It is also interesting because in a way, and obviously I was about the toxic part. It's gonna be toxic, but if you think about it in actual fighting game mechanics, if Sukuna is strong, but if you need to manage your positioning, it becomes more of a strategy game even, because you need to be far away from your teammate in order for it to work. If he's playing Sukuna, which is again another interesting bit about this game. So yeah. Cool.
This is the screenshot that we saw in the scan. So Divergent Fist, you accumulate cursed energy, becomes Black Flash. So Itadori's thing seems to be just close combat range stuff. He levels up and becomes faster, so he can get in faster. Megumi is a versatile sorcerer, apparently, in both defense, offense, and support. Not really sure what that means, but we can see him moving with a summon out. So, like, he's actually attacking here while a summon is out. So making him kind of a puppet character, maybe. Might be kind of a complex guy. We'll see.
Yeah, interesting.
I do think he's interesting. The rest of the screenshots don't have... It's just... There's one screenshot. Okay.
Should we make a video on this information?
Maybe. There's a lot. But it's very speculative in a way. I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know. It's just now I kind of want to talk about this stuff in a video.
Yeah, we can talk about it.
Let's try to come up with a concept, because I'm very engaged in this game now. They got me interested for sure.
So yeah, and here just says cursed energy prowess is enough to tear down the enemy no matter what it is. So no specifics on Nobara's gameplay here. Finally, Gojo. He's a first-class sorcerer, dominating the field and our hearts. Okay. With his overwhelming and diverse curse techniques. Satoru Gojo, just a single screenshot. And again, no real hints as to what his gameplay type is. But that's the Jujutsu Kaisen stuff. That's what I
they're
had
not
for
wrong.
you today.
They're not wrong about the hearts bit. I agree. He dominated our hearts. Gojo is dope.
You have to watch the start of Season 2.
Yes. Oh, I have.
They're on a break now. They're on a break now. So, like, they started, they told that first arc. Now they're taking a break, and then they'll come back. I was so depressed last week. Dude, I was on vacation, waiting for Thursday to come out, waiting for JJK Day, and, like, it didn't happen.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
I went to Google, where's JJK? Like, oh no,
dude,
they're on a break now. Oh,
that brings me back when this was the high point of my day, when I had this terrible job that I hated, but every Wednesday the Naruto manga would be released at 8 a.m. And it was I went to work, I get like my morning briefing, and then I went to read the manga. Every time the manga was like taking a break for a week, it was just a sad day, man. It's like I was so depressed because like, this is the high point of my day. Let me read this manga. No manga this week. Oh fuck. This is very depressing. So that takes me back. That takes me back.
And there you go. JJK in a nutshell. Related. This is Fortnite.
Very related.
This is not a Curse Slash anymore. This collaboration happened. They made something similar to the Attack on Titan thing, where they gave you a bunch of objectives. They are JJK related. Yeah, llamas with cursed energy that you gotta hunt as one of the objectives. Cool. There's this big thing from Gojo. That's the Kamehameha of this integration here. Yeah, it seems good. I didn't play it. I probably won't, just for time management purposes. I didn't hear too much about this though. Like it feels like these collaborations kind of slowing down in terms of hype because for some reason it's just we've seen this before, right? So it doesn't feel new, even though like the quality seems to be up there still.
Yeah, and I guess what had happened was, I'm sure it's still very successful. It's mostly like, maybe especially for content creators, it got to a point where yeah, like this is what it is. Nothing was ever as big as Dragon Ball, I feel, and obviously like that one would make everyone come back to Fortnite if it was as big as that. It's not. It's just skins, and mind you, the skins look pretty cool. The effects look amazing. Fortnite is always great.
I don't think it just
but it is the basic stuff. So I guess this is still profitable for them. This is still, it makes a lot of sense for them. I'm sure if we go into the game, there's going to be a lot of JJK characters going around. I'm sure of that. But yeah, it's probably like slowing down because it's getting quote unquote flooded with anime stuff, which is the same for Marvel or Star Wars, and it still works. It's just not as engaging in terms of like maybe social media and stuff.
Yeah, I think when it first showed up, the Naruto stuff was crazy, right? Okay, Naruto has a machine gun, and like, what is Naruto doing in Fortnite? This is insane. Dragon Ball was even bigger because it was them learning from that first integration and just going crazy with it, putting a Kamehameha into the game too. But from there, it's been like diminishing returns, like nothing, no big innovation since, you know? Which is fine. You don't need to innovate all the time. I just wonder, like, how much longer are they going to do this? At some point, it felt like it was going to be forever, and now it doesn't.
Yeah, it depends on, again, how successful this really is. It seems for us that it's not as successful as it was, but maybe it's just not, you know, as much present in social media as it was. One thing I will say, this not able, you know, us not being able to sort of cover this in videos kind of makes me sad because I liked Fortnite. But I was sure that if it wasn't for the fact that you were on vacation last week, we would have probably played this.
I don't know. Time.
Because yeah, you know, if we had time on our hands, I think like the fact that the challenges were there, we would have.
I also think like we don't have time because we choose to spend time playing Street Fighter instead. And like, I don't know, man.
I don't think it's a choice. I think Street Fighter chose us, and we don't have a choice. It's just I turn on my Xbox and suddenly I'm playing Street Fighter 6 on PS5.
Right.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah. That's kind of what happens. I haven't finished Final Fantasy yet because of that.
I started Final Fantasy, and that's it. Wow. I started.
Moving on to Shinobi Striker, boys. Kaguya.
Ooh,
Kaguya's coming out. Doesn't have a date yet. She's gonna be a heal type though. And we have some screenshots. We have some translations. We have some leaks. We can talk about her abilities. This ultimate seems crazy because you can switch at will. Once again, Shonen Games. Shout outs. Translations. So, Shonen Games got okay, thank you. It's got a translation for her. Rip open a portal and quickly travel to another area, then appear through another portal, one of the best ways to avoid an enemy's attacks. So, she has a substitution that does this. She basically, do you know the Mora phase in Overwatch? Where you kind of go invisible and pop up in another place? Yeah, that's her substitution. Yeah. Her substitution, and this is a Shinobi Striker first. This has never happened in the history of this game. She has that substitution, but it's not an unlockable. You cannot equip that on your custom characters.
It's exclusive to her?
It's exclusive to her.
Wow. That's cool. But
that is kind of crazy, but at the same time, it kind of feels like... Okay, so this goes against Shinobi Striker in a way. Because you're buying this character, you want to create your own character.
Yeah.
At the same time,
the sub is not here. It's not on the unlockables list.
I kind of, in a way... So here's the thing. If you think about it in this way, which is... Sometimes the characters do not bring new stuff. Sometimes they don't bring new substitution, right? If you think about this character does not bring a new substitution...
Yeah.
you know, it's kind of. But then herself has a substitution that is maybe stronger, but you need to play as her to, you know, be able to use that strong substitution. I don't mind that, but yeah, it kind of, in a way, it sucks that there's a new stuff that you're not able to equip on your character. But it is interesting for sure.
When they don't bring a substitution, they usually bring a weapon or a ninja tool. In her case, it might be this all-killing ash bones. I don't know what this is, but might be a ninja tool. So yeah, you can think of her as a character that doesn't bring a substitution, but she's gonna have a new substitution and no one else is.
Interesting, very interesting.
So we got wait, all killing ash bone. Wait, that's the bones. But what do you get here? Yomotsu Hirasaka. Okay, one of these things, I don't know what it is. Anyway. The bones. So she pulls the bones from her hands. The attack hits, it will continue to damage opponents. But if it misses, the ash bones will travel through a portal and chase down the opponent.
What the fuck? Wait a minute.
That sounds amazing.
That sounds like a tracking projectile.
It's like, it sounds like there's no bad thing about you whiffing your move. that's what it sounds like. You whiffed your move, doesn't matter. It's gonna teleport. Damn. Okay.
80 Gods Vacuum Attack, a ninja art that gathers chakra in your palms to fire giant fists, beat up the opponent if the attack hits, spam the button, to barrage the opponent. So, a mashable button, which I don't think was a thing in Shinobi Striker 2. It's an Ora ability. So
also, it says vacuum attack.
It's just a name. It's okay.
It also sounds like you whiff the move. Don't worry, I'm gonna pull you in.
The Ora from Attack Type Naruto is it travels quite a bit and tracks well. So if the opponent is not there right away, you will get to him. It's just you will deal less damage because as you're traveling, the ability is already happening. But let's get to the ultimate because this is the craziest part.
This is crazy. I want to know how this works. Actually,
You get to send them to Brazil.
You send them to Brazil. Okay, ultimate technique. Meno mi naka. Technique that sends surrounding opponents into another dimension. Whilst the enemy is deployed for another dimension, your defense as well as your movement speed is increased. Not only that, but your regular attacks become special attacks. So you go into the lava and you shoot lava attacks. You go into the ice and you shoot ice attacks. And you freely warp between both lava and ice dimensions in this ultimate.
Bro,
what is happening? Right? In Shinobi Striker, teleporting opponents into a different dimension, their PlayStation 4s are not ready for this. Every time Usher gets hit by this, his game is gonna crash.
There's several implications to this that I am baffled. This is crazy. How is this gonna? So there's two ways they could have done this, which is they transform the stage you're at into this.
But there's gotta be a max range, right? There's gotta be max range for this ability, and if you're out of range, some players are in that pocket dimension and others are still on the stage.
So what's gonna happen is, and I believe I'm correct with this one, there is an ultimate where the one that you summon the squares, the not the squares, the cubes. Right? And if I'm correct, we figured, and I think when we were watching the footage, there's a few bits where your character, because of the animation, actually shows up above the stage.
Yes.
Right? And I think that's probably what's gonna happen.
We're gonna go underground.
Yeah, the characters are gonna show up in a different stage. Now, usually when game devs do stuff like this, they already have the stage set. It's there, right? And then when it happens, you get transported there.
Yeah.
Are they gonna add these stages everywhere?
Yeah.
What the fuck is happening?
I think every stage is gonna have an ice and a lava stage underneath them, just because of this ultimate.
Can we? Okay, I want to make a video on this actually. When this gets released, I kind of want to make a video if we're able to.
Yeah, I'll reach out to my hacker.
Trying to figure out where the fuck does this go? Because this is insane. And again, you mentioned that, and that's a very good point. How is this gonna work on PS4? This is crazy. I cannot believe this is. I am baffled. This is crazy.
You're so screwed. We do have some translations, by the way. because data mining and whatnot. Okay, so okay, so reward number 3 is nothing. It's a reward number 4 that is the jutsu. Okay. So she has an exclusive substitution that is not on the reward list and can't be given to your custom character. 8 gods is the thing. The all-killing bones, that's a thing. Completely changes the map. And the substitution, though, yeah, escapes to the portal. Yeah, it kind of just confirms everything.
Yeah.
Kind of just confirms everything that we've read. I don't know why I pulled this up.
Ame no Minaka.
Ame no Minaka.
Okay.
And
like
that is Kaguya, but Shinobi Striker also released a 5th anniversary trailer. Just
5
celebrating
years.
5 years. 5 years. The 5th anniversary is actually on August 31st, so 2 weeks from now. Right before Ultimate Bursts. And I reached out to Bandai and I said, hey, if you guys got stuff to announce around then, maybe give it to my event. And they're like, ah.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. I've never had one. You don't have the numbers. That's cool. Okay.
They're like respectfully.
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 There's not much in this trailer. It's a cool montage. I feel like we haven't seen a Shinobi Striker trailer of this quality ever. It's pretty good.
I see what you mean.
And there's a little bit of a Kaguya clip there, which is what I wanted to show you. Just 1, 2 attacks. That's just what she does. Just 2 basic attacks, nothing much. And yeah, Shinobi Striker, they seem to be wrapping up for something. Because 5th anniversary, and they're like, stay tuned for news because we're doing something special. And it's like, oh, okay. 5th anniversary might be cool. And Kaguya has another thing, but it's kind of the same.
Yeah, it's kind of the same. Now I just interesting character. Just to summarize, interesting gimmicks. Interesting the fact that we're gonna have a substitution that is exclusive to her. I am looking forward to see all those PlayStation 4s just burn up and take off, or just shut down. It's gonna be either one of the 3. So
Yeah. Moving on, Dragon Ball. Kakarot came out. The 23rd World Tournament DLC. This is DLC number 5 for Kakarot. There's a review on the channel, came out yesterday. I spent about 7 hours playing this DLC before reviewing it. It is shorter than most of the other DLC, but they developed a brand new combat system for it. It's really fun. I think I had a lot of fun exploring this combat system for sure. Less spammy, but it's also like not super complex. If you're expecting this to be, wow, it's gonna be like crazy, they finally leveled up Kakarot combat. Not really. It's different, and that's like good enough to discover Kakarot. People asked me during the live stream, hey, do you like this combat better than the air combat? And I have to pause. Like, I'm not sure. I don't think the grounded combat could carry the entirety of Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, like a game that big. But for how long this DLC is, yeah, it's been fun to explore, and I'm looking forward to go back in to kind of clear the legendary difficulty challenges too. Really good DLC. 2.5 hours long on the main story, but there's post-game content. If you do the post-game content, it's probably about as big as the other DLC. But if you're a main story only type of guy, yeah, just know that this is maybe a lot shorter, and some people are going to value that higher than others. I think it was a really good 2.5 hours. I think it's the best boss design they've ever done. It's super condensed. It's like boss fight. It's almost like a boss rush type of DLC. There's barely any exploration.
And I think, that in a game where I think what shines the most is the unique boss fights. Obviously the cutscenes and being able to live in Dragon Ball world. But the cutscenes, the boss fights in terms of fighting and gameplay, that's the stuff that usually stands out. And you saying that these are the best boss fights, it's just amazing. I was watching. First of all, I was watching.
I want to give just a little note on that. What the fuck? Come on. Why are you suggesting me a video with the same thumbnail I did?
Oh, come on.
That just makes me sad. It's worse too. It's just a screenshot. It's just like they didn't even. There's Piccolo's hand. That's just visual noise. You got to take it off. You're like, the framing isn't right. You got to the colors. You got to remove the HUD. Okay.
No spit.
No spit. No spit. The spit is.
I had to Google anime spit in order to come up with a spit for a Piccolo. Anyway.
Yeah,
I because of this, before you go into this point, before of this, I've been I have this music in my head since I started reviewing this video, which is the
yeah.
since like it's been in my head for 2 days now. It's crazy.
Yeah, and they have the whole DLC is basically arrangements of that song. It's
Maybe
yeah.
that's because I love the song, by the way. That's amazing.
I was worried the stream was gonna get copyrighted the whole way through, and I did get an email saying that he got copyrighted, but it was like next day, so it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, but I was watching the Bardock DLC review, and in that review I say, this Frieza boss fight is my favorite boss fight moveset they've ever done. And apparently now I'm also saying, oh, these boss fights, these are the best boss fights they've ever done. So I feel like they're just leveling up.
And that is awesome. And it also, like, I haven't put much thought into this, but like, I'm so excited to see, seeing what they do next with DLCs. And maybe they could even go bigger and make another game in this genre. I don't think that's necessarily the way that they're going, because the DLC is a clear indication of this is selling well. We want to build new stories, and obviously when you're building a DLC, it's much less of a commitment instead of making like the whole game based on that. So you can, in a way, you're creating unique stuff just for a DLC, like this one. They created this grounded combat just for this DLC, but they also don't have to tailor the whole game for this specific combat style. They can just make this, and it's usually, like you said, this wouldn't be able to carry a whole game, probably. So that's in a way that's kind of cool. I love this so much. The attention to detail, even the fact that, when Goku is sprinting around, the effects of him vanishing and coming back, there's something about it that visually takes me back to the original Dragon Ball in a way that I think is beautiful. And obviously the fact that you're not flying around and throwing shit and like a lot of stuff is happening, it brings me back to the original Dragon Ball again. It's less confusing. It makes me, in a way, more engaged in what's happening in the screen, instead of, when there's a lot of shit happening, sometimes it's cool visually, but also you lose track of what's happening.
True.
Here it seems like it's more focused in the combat. It's more, you're doing more, you're more. And I don't know, man. It looks super cool.
Jumping over just jump, bro.
Still a high jump, by the way. It doesn't.
Very high jump. So you were talking about like the almost like the chakra dash, right? Of this game.
And not only that, when you're just sidestepping.
Because I do have like something to show you. So this is a chakra dash, right?
Mm-hmm.
Halfway through this fight, Goku goes, you know what? Let me just take my clothes off. Then you play as this character, which like this is not the same Goku. Holy shit.
There you go. Wow.
Yeah. So it's not just like, oh, they made a moveset for Goku. No, there's little things like that are kind of crazy,
This is so cool. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, this amazing. I'm so happy that that we're able to. I think Kakarot was in a way special. It had its flaws, but it was a good love letter to fans. And the fact that they're building upon what was already, a very good game for fans.
Yeah.
And they're actually creating a game that, maybe it's suitable for more than fans. It's becoming more and more of a great game. And it's amazing that we get that.
Well, you say that, but according to Kirby Player, on a post that I said about the trailer, non-Dragon Ball Z DLC in an abandoned Dragon Ball Z game that came out 3 years ago. This is just pathetic. I know for a fact this is going to be painful trash. So you're wrong, I guess.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't think about it that way. Yeah. I stand corrected. I'm sorry.
This is my favorite moment of the DLC before we move on.
Bastard! I'm gonna rip your eyes out! A knife? He has a knife!
That's not a knife. I'm sorry. That's just not a knife.
That is a
Noise.
fucking sword.
How
That's
do
that is,
how do you? That's not a knife.
bro.
It's just
That bunny just brings out a Glock.
That is definitely not a knife.
for the rest of the stream, we were just the cup where they do the mafuba to seal you in. The rest of the stream, we're just like they put the cup on the ground. He's got a knife. Everything was a knife. Moving on to My Hero Ultra Rumble. They're still doing dev vlogs. I think we skipped a few, but this one is kind of a big deal. So we'll go over it because it talks about characters. Now, there's a questionnaire on Twitter if you want to answer. They're asking, would you rather see a new villain character or a new hero character? What do you guys prefer? Character creation, new skills for the current heroes, or new characters? And everyone's just like, give us new characters. This is not a character creation game. Fuck off. And,
They were.
they asked that. Yeah, they asked that. The most popular answer is new characters.
Bro, I am happy about that because usually people go mental about character creation,
Bro.
and sometimes it works, sometimes it has its place, like Shinobi Striker. But in this specific game, no, please
I
don't.
also,
And
I
I'm-
also maybe don't want skills for characters because I don't want to have to guess what my opponent has
Yes,
when I find
yes.
them out there.
Good point. Yeah. So yeah, new characters. Yeah, that makes sense.
Thank you for answering your questionnaire on X Twitter.
Okay,
Just
this
in
is,
case you
this,
didn't
is,
know.
this is very funny. This
Talking
Yeah,
about new
no one
characters.
calls it X. Don't worry about it.
Bernani will not.
New characters are planned to be added each season. The quirk of each character is implemented into their own skill set. As new characters increase, the flow of battle will change automatically. So basically confirming, yeah, we're going to add characters over time. Each season will add characters whose unique quirks add new variety to battles you will face, and we hope to provide a fresh new experience that the players will be able to enjoy in each season. So, since it is planned to successfully add the popular characters of My Hero Academia, I think you can look forward to guessing who the next characters are. And this time, I would like to reveal part of their silhouettes to our readers and players who've been following developers' blog first. Can you guess who they are? We got 3 characters here. I'm gonna pull the most popular replies. Let me just put this on another window, because I've seen like players start to agree on a few characters, but like no hard locks yet. Like there's no consensus here.
I have a question before we move on to this character, and obviously this is related, but this is a question for Shad as well. Has there ever been a battle royale where the update brings new characters and therefore changes the meta? Because I can think about one. Obviously we've played Fortnite. I've played a lot of PUBG.
But that's not a character-based thing.
Are
right?
guns characters?
I guess.
Apex, yeah, Apex, I guess.
Apex.
Yeah,
Oh
And I
yeah,
did
good point. Yeah.
I did play Apex a bit when it was released. Yeah, I guess because this is very interesting, and again, to its quality, I think this is something that's gonna be interesting as well. Not only does My Hero perform well as a game, as a moment-to-moment game, the fact that you're gonna get updates and new characters are gonna bring balance to the meta. This is interesting. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. It just hit me that new characters means a new meta every time, possibly a new balance changes for skills in a battle royale, which is very interesting.
So the character most people agree on is the middle one, being Vine Girl Ibarra.
Yeah.
There is, however, a second take that is all for one, and that's the piping going.
Oh shit.
So Ibarra or all for one, that is what the community is feeling right now. The others are much harder. So we have, I think, Momo as one of the takes. We have Mushroom Girl, Komori, as another one of the takes, and we have Nagant, the sniper. Those are probably 3 very good guesses there. This one is by far the one people are having the most trouble with. I think Yaya had a pretty good guess with the Dragon Girl. That's not a bad one. I think a lot of people have been saying that's Kirishima, but that's like this shot right here, right?
That's evil. That's an evil shot.
That's an evil shot. Yeah.
If that's the case, that's evil.
So
Yeah, Here's the thing. I think All for One, if it's not here, All for One will be in the game at some point. There's no way they're not gonna do All for One, right?
For some reason, I thought Gangorka the first time I saw this, but then I went to look at the character and I'm like, I can't really rotate him enough to fit this. I can't see it.
What is the?
Oh, but here I guess it could be.
I don't know why I thought about the space suit.
Oh, 13? Because I
13?
keep asking for 13. That's why you thought about 13.
13. I thought.
The washing machine. Yes.
Yeah. Oh no, not at all. Why did I think 13?
No, it's
yeah.
not 13.
It makes no sense.
So, here's a couple more interesting things. So, My Hero Academia has a variety of quirks. Organizing and adjusting to implement them into the game is very challenging. It was the same for Mount Lady, but the developer's development capabilities made it possible to implement such a quirk despite the giant challenges.
By the way, giant challenges.
Yeah, giant challenges.
That has to be intended.
So this is biking. They've been working on My Hero games since My Hero 1's Justice, and there are many characters that were not possible to be implemented on a one-on-one battle. But even though there were playable character candidates when 1's Justice was released, they are now considering their implementation into Ultra Rumble. They've done it with Cementos, they've done it with Mount Lady. This paired up with the tease, people are like speculating, no, okay, that's definitely Ibarra then, and not All for One, because that's a different character. But, you know,
Wow.
they could be unrelated.
This is also this is an interesting bit of info on their process of creating characters for 1's Justice, because if you think about it, we were just talking about how they come up with unique ways to make characters balanced, and it's good. It's in a way it's interesting to know that they have a threshold. They have a limit for how much they can balance and create characters based on their quirks, and also in a way, to think about it, it's also another cool aspect of they don't want to disrespect a character and make it super different than what the character actually does in the anime. So if they think they need to change too much, they're not going to make the character on 1's Justice. And I think that's really cool. That is like super respectful to the players that want to play that character and do what they do in the anime.
Right.
And also the characters themselves, because they're like, yeah, we can't make this character work. We don't want to change the character so it fits. So, we won't make it. I think that's super interesting.
Yeah.
That's like a super interesting insight on their mindset creating the characters.
Yeah, you can tell this is produced by the Miyazaki, right?
Yes. Yeah, Miyazaki, it's the name. If you have Miyazaki, you're gonna have success.
Bro, next up, Gear 5, baby. Then we have the first clip on One Piece Pirate Warriors of Luffy going Gear 5. And it seems to be a transformation, or the full burst transformation that is the mechanic on the game, because this is just playable. So you transform, and then for a limited time, you can play as Gear 5, probably with his own set of skills and whatnot. Like many other transformations in the game, admittedly. We could have maybe figured this one out, but it's nice to have confirmation that it's not just, hey, here's an ultimate attack. No, you can play as Gear 5, so that's cool.
I have a question, and I've seen several memes regarding this as well, and obviously I'm not following One Piece, so I wouldn't know. Why is that something specific about the laugh? Is there something specific about it? It seems like he laughs a lot.
Yeah, it's something that happens.
So it's kind of a Japanese reincarnation thing, where like he's embodying a character that just made everyone around him laugh. And he has a lot of fun while fighting. The animation style changes on Gear 5. Oda said he wanted to draw something like Tom and Jerry. And the whole One Piece animation becomes Looney Tunes when he goes into Gear 5.
Yeah.
So and it's just like fun. It's a fun transformation. It's very powerful because he starts going toe-to-toe with the most powerful people. But it's like he turns the whole show into a Looney Tunes episode.
Wow, that's awesome.
It's kind of surreal, even, the way he fights. And he's just
That is
laughing
awesome.
and influencing everyone around him to laugh and be happy. So that's
Because I saw a clip of how would Luffy versus Madara go, and it's pretty much Luffy destroy Madara, but also laughing at the same time. And I wondered like, why is he laughing so much? There has to be something about it. And now that you explain it, that's awesome. That's a cool detail.
Yeah, you got the Toon Force.
Yeah,
So
it's a bit of retcon too. Like this, I feel like this came out of nowhere. But narratively, we're not at the end of Gear 5 yet, so.
There's gonna be more explanation.
I have narrative questions about Gear 5, and I'm not super happy with how it was achieved. But I like what, and I do like the look of it, and I do like the vibe of the transformation. It's just like, oh, Luffy has this now. Cool. All right. And we didn't. Why did he get it? I don't know. Anyway.
Okay.
Now tell us about the narrative questions you have about Gear 5. Let us know. It's just like, why now? Why did he just get it now? And why did we get an info dump about who Joy Boy is? And like suddenly we changed the nature of his fruits. And Oda is a writer that plants stuff in advance, like 10 years, and sits on that stuff for 10 years before like giving you a payoff. It doesn't feel like Oda writing. It feels like a marketing department saying, make his hair a different color for a transformation because it worked for Dragon Ball. And I want to be convinced otherwise, because this feels like came out of nowhere. That's my narrative question.
I do. Yeah, that's always, for me, that's what ruined Dragon Ball for me. Super, I think, just got out of hand with transformations, and Superhero don't even bring that one. And I know I'm probably a minority because I've seen the comments on our Boruto video. People just love Boruto and can't stand the fact that other people like Boruto. It's like we need to like Boruto. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's like
One Piece is the same.
And One Piece is probably the same, of course. But like for me, obviously, Super went out of hand with transformations. But people like transformations, and you know, I'm sure that had to be something. Like, please make another transformation for him. But I do appreciate the fact that you're saying that the whole thing about the animation changing. I think that is in a way super cool. And for me, I don't follow One Piece.
It's special. It's a little bit like Super Saiyan God, if you want to compare it to Dragon Ball, where suddenly Beerus says, well, there's this ritual, right? And Super Saiyan God is a thing. And in this movie, we're going to find out how to do a Super Saiyan God, and Goku changes, and the vibe becomes different. The design changes of Goku, and even though like the fighting style doesn't change, and in this one it changes significantly to the point that it changes animation, the Goku design changes, and it's a really cool looking thing. And that's similar to how Gear 5 happens. It's like, oh, there's this thing, and in the same episode it happens. It's like, oh, what the fuck? 1,000 episodes in, we can't just do this. This is not.
I see what you mean. Yeah, in a way, that's what happens.
Doesn't feel deserved.
Yeah, that's what happens with Dragon Ball. I think Dragon Ball could have had like a whole arc on how to get to Super Saiyan God, even them discovering the story about Super Saiyan God. But then the reason why they don't do that is because they don't give a shit. They just want to make more transformation. They want to move on to the next Super Saiyan Blue transformation, and you know that's why transformations fucking suck. Let's move on to the next one.
Move on. JoJo just announced its next DLC character, first one of season 2, Leone Abacchio. This is a fan favorite. I don't know how he's gonna fight, because this guy's a detective. His whole gimmick is that his stand can recreate events that happened in a certain place. So, like a detective. He's like, oh, there's been a murder here. Hey, stand, check out what happened here. And he rewinds time and he's like, here's what happened here. I don't know how he's gonna fight, but he's a very cool character in the show. So people are happy. And yeah, I don't know if we're covering this season, by the way.
Yeah, it has been iffy at best. And it is still, it's one of those videos that, yes, it's a cool video, but it's also like super, it is hard to produce. You have to work sort of extra, and even though the thumbnails are super easy to do, it's very rushed. It's like, okay, figure out this character, play some matches with this character, give your opinions on this character, even though a review day one of a character in any fighting game is very hard to do. And in a game that actually you can't even play online, you have to invite people.
That's the thing. Yeah. Like, because then what's the point? Like, this is not a game that I play on a regular basis outside of DLC releases. So at some point, I gotta go. Let someone else do it. This is not my place. It's not my place to review these characters. Like, I don't know what I'm talking about because I'm not a part of the community.
Yeah, and it gets to a point where also, it's just, again, I'm not being a fan of JoJo. It gets to a point where I feel like the characters that were getting as traction and views are done. They're now reaching for the other characters. Maybe they're losing people are losing interest as well. That's why the engagement is also lowered.
So season 6 of JoJo was a bit of a mess because of the whole Netflix thing, and I don't know. The JoJo as a whole needs a reboot on season 7. Like, needs a new way to do things for sure.
Okay. Yeah. Well, it sucks for continuity, and it sucks that we can't. I kind of like. I did like the videos, even though if they were kind of rushed, but still, I think our insight and the way we covered was still interesting, and I loved, discovering the new characters through your lenses, and even watching the video, reviewing the video. But when the views don't match what we need, it's a job at the end of the day. So it kind of sucks, but we have to let it go.
Yep. With that said, talk about another game. Headphones for a better experience.
True, the best game.
BlazBlue. Who played this in this voice chat?
Ender has, but I'll be getting it next week.
All right, Ender, tell us about the BlazBlue entropy effect now releasing on early access. It's out. Yeah.
It's okay. So the whole thing is basically just a roguelite. So like you choose a BlazBlue character, there's like a good selection. They're obviously teasing like some like S is in the list, but you can't play as her even though you can see her right there. It's kind of hard to explain because like, I'm not that far in, but I am noticing a lot of things that I do like. I did find like a recent mode that just seems like a small boss rush, which is kind of neat. Outside of like normal roguelite stuff where you just like go through rooms, get shit, fight a boss at the end, go through more rooms. There's already a tier list, by the way. Hakum and Mai are the best characters to play.
Tier list for a single-player roguelike? Because fighting game players, that's why.
Yes.
They had to do it. Here's what I'll say. Even
I'm nowhere near
gameplay.
done with like unlocking everything so far, but it's been fun. With
This
what
game
I've done
looks fucking amazing. Like the animations, the visually, the landscapes,
How does it play?
the ring.
How does it play, Ender?
How does it play? It's kind of all one, but everything. Basically, every move is essentially tied to one, maybe two buttons.
Okay.
So base attacks are a hit and a button. If you want to do like if like a launcher, like in BlazBlue, I don't know, like a 2H, I guess. It's like jump and attack.
Ooh,
I guess
for a launcher.
It's like as you're doing a grounded string, you just hit like jump and attack at the same time. It'll do like a launcher, and then you can go into like an air combo, drag it down.
Like it doesn't cancel when you hit jump.
And then some special moves are like negative edges, so you hold the button a bit, and then it like Ragnar launches out Dead Spike.
Huh.
And then like you can unlock Carnage Scissors, which is like a giant projectile that he throws, and that's like bound to like one of the other buttons. I mean the Y or triangle if you're on a PlayStation. That's about the extent I've found with special moves. There might be more. I haven't gone that terribly far.
What platforms is this getting released on?
Steam only currently.
This has to come to this game looks beautiful. I hope the gameplay loop is fun, and I hope the combat is fun, because visually I want to be in this game. I want to discover all of this.
Yeah.
Like this is beautiful. And not only that, like the animations. Look at this effect. This is beautiful. This came out of nowhere. We've talked about this a couple of weeks ago. And it's getting more and more of my attention because of how beautiful it looks. I hope it plays well. And I hope it comes to consoles because I like to sit down on my sofa.
This puts BlazBlue in a weird place, but I have gotten friends who are like genuinely interested because this is like a roguelite with the BlazBlue characters in it, who don't play fighting games. So it's an interesting step.
Cool.
Fun fact about the you talking about the animations, Renee. They are just reusing all of the moves in the fighting
Yeah.
game.
They're absolutely just ripped.
There are new moves. for
They
the
were good
characters.
already. Why would you make
Yeah.
new ones, right?
Yeah, don't fix
But-
what's broke. Yeah,
but-
I mean, I get it.
But they're all reusing stuff from the old game. Even like Kokonoe's like dash, where she's on a scooter. Same thing. It's a run in the fighting game.
Here's the
Reusing
thing
the
though. Here's the thing though, and this is where it shines compared to BlazBlue. And not saying that BlazBlue is not a pretty game, because it's beautiful. But here, there's two things that are happening here. First of all, it's sort of like the pixelated and the sprite effect, and that already creates like sort of a barrier in a good way, where you games and you see these animations and they look prettier. But also, it seems like the animations are in 60 frames per second, and that's something that you usually don't get in fighting games,
True.
right? So you're getting the same animations, but you're watching twice the frames during that animation, and that already creates a effect. And then there's this shining effect, and then also like the lights, the lighting around the effects. That again is not included in BlazBlue. It just looks pretty as hell. That's everything about this art style. Something different to it. What a beautiful game. I am definitely looking forward to this coming out on consoles. Hopefully, because I think it looks good enough, and if it plays well, it performs well. Obviously, it will come to consoles.
I don't think the
especially
characters
like
are. I don't think the characters are animated at 60. Their particles are, but I don't think the characters are animated at 60. Yeah, they don't look like it. Which
that's
creates a nice contrast too.
Yeah, that's also that's a good point too. Yeah, this is a waste, especially on Switch. It does not come to Switch. It's a waste. 'Cause every game on Switch is.
It is early access
console.
still, though. So
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it probably will end up just releasing everywhere. What's the name of this?
This is why I haven't touched it yet. Oh, it's just a Chinese name on Steam.
Yeah.
You can look up BlazBlue and you'll find it, but like it's Chinese name on Steam.
It's
Yeah.
a Chinese name on Steam. What? Why? Find it, I guess.
Whoopsie.
It's not that hard to find. It's just weird. That's just Chinese. They'll still be like, oh yeah, here's BlazBlue entry effect.
Okay, so BlazBlue.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, entropy effect. Wait, it's not a
Yeah, but then we
Yeah,
go
yeah,
to buy it.
Yeah, when you go
Oh.
to buy it, unless they've changed it.
Oh no, they
No,
changed
they
it.
have
Okay.
changed
They
it.
changed it. They changed it. Okay.
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 We're good. We're all good. Anyway, BlazBlue. It's out in early access. I'm probably waiting for the final. Also, My Hero Academia. So I'm gonna try to not get copyright struck here. So there's a new movie. That's all we know. It's movie number 4. From the trailer, it looks like they're gonna do the same format they've done so far with My Hero movies, which is not my favorites. Which is usually introduce a villain, something crazy happens, you're gonna see some very powerful moves from Deku, maybe Bakugo 2, maybe a form that you haven't seen before, but then at the end of the movie, everything goes back to the status quo. So it's like, it's a movie with very little plot and a lot of flash. Usually that's how it goes. It's like a very self-contained story, happens in an hour and a half, doesn't affect the bigger universe. And I think the industry is learning from things like movies like Demon Slayer and JJK. They're like, oh no, people actually like stories and not these side things that are self-contained. But My Hero hasn't learned that, so they're doing movie number 4, and if the previous one seemed successful enough for them to just keep doing it. So yeah, I think this one is not changing that format.
Is it filler or is it?
That's what I'm trying to say. It's like it's a self-contained story, original villain. So one of the previous movies, I'm gonna say which one. Try keep it vague and spoiler-free. But one of the previous movies, Deku and Bakugo got all for one power, or one for all powers. So like Bakugo, all one for all. Oh, cool thing, right? But that's what these movies focus on. It's like, oh, here's a big, powerful moment from Bakugo that you haven't seen in the show. But narratively, that never happened. because the movie story is self-contained. It never affects the main story. It's
Yeah,
filler.
I see.
Yeah, anime canon. Yeah, well, thanks Boruto for the anime canon allegations.
Yeah. The fuck.
Anyway, by the way, Boruto manga comes out this weekend. The hiatus is over. Yeah.
By the way, that isn't in news, but I feel like I've seen a lot of the new character designs as well.
Yeah, I did too. I got spoiled, and then I stopped following Yaya. that's what I did. I stopped following Yaya on Twitter. The guy apologized a lot, but yeah, that's basically what happened.
Man, I'm happy I don't retweet any Chainsaw Man stuff ever.
Like, had to be done. Yeah, had to be done. I don't mind Boruto fans, just don't post manga spoilers they want. It's like, oh no, I put a spoiler tag. What about the retweets? He was retweeting other shit. Oh, that was just hype. I'm so sorry. Like, I went through a whole arc. I followed him again. It's fine. But yeah, I saw designs that I didn't want to see. I wanted to find out for myself. Okay, so me and Reina are gonna take a break now. They did it again.
They did it
They're
again.
doing it.
They did it again.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
subtitles again. 4.0 is out in Genshin. What's up with 4.0, guys?
So, welcome to Friends. Where you get to dive underwaters as the main gameplay mechanic of 4.0. We've got 2 new characters for this one, Lynette and Lene, both siblings and magicians. And they're the main focus of the 4.0 story.
At least the first act.
Yeah, in the first act. But once we get further into the patches, we'll be introduced to newer characters. So the Judge, and some of the others, like even the Hydro Archon.
God of War himself, Christopher Judge.
Yeah, true. Yeah, he'll be there. He'll be there for a while talking. Long ass cutscene. But yeah, we'll be seeing them soon. Even one of the new Harbingers, in the later acts. So
Yeah, that'll be fun. I'll let you know.
like for the
How are you
more
guys liking?
enthusiasts-
How are you guys liking Fontaine?
Oh, it's great for me. Like
The first act was just an Ace Attorney case, and that was probably the most fun I've had playing Genshin in a hot second.
I've said this to like everyone who's asked me before if I've done it. I haven't done the Archon
Doing
quest
it.
yet. I've spent all of my time in Fontaine just getting all of the exploration to 100%. I've just enjoyed going through what they've done in Fontaine.
Almost
Nearly
the
Have you done the
opposite.
R&R quest yet?
That's the almost the opposite of how Enderup plays. That's great.
Yeah.
Both experiences here.
Like I'm
Did
almost
you do the
done.
Fontaine R&R quest, Ashra? I heard there's a
Yeah,
new
I've
one.
done it all. Like, yeah.
Ah, okay.
That's what I mean. Like, I'm not doing the Archon quest until I'm done with what else is there.
Yeah, I do the exact opposite order. Well, yeah, the Archon quest, the big story, very fun. You see people roast each other a lot. That's about the character interactions you can expect.
Okay.
And again, the first act is just Ace Attorney. If you're an Ace Attorney fan, the first act is probably the most fun you'll have playing Genshin.
Nice. Well, sounds like some good endorsing words from both Ashra and Enderup, and I trust these guys when it comes to Genshin Impact. I also trust these guys when it comes to Honkai, and Honkai is doing some stuff. 1.3.
Yeah.
What is happening?
Oh boy.
So, yeah, I watched the stream. So the main part of this is just the overall cooldown of what happened in the previous patch with the final battle of the planet.
Wait, we've already done the final battle of the planet in the first year of the game being out.
Yeah, the second
Damn.
planet, yeah. Or
Yeah.
third, I guess. You got the
Damn.
space station.
Yeah. Yeah, if you count Space Station, it's the third one. But yeah, so it's, again, mostly just the cooldown, just trying to get everything back into order for what happened. And that's pretty much it when it comes to like the overall like continuation of the story. Besides that, we're getting two new characters.
This guy.
Impibita Lune Danhang, who's just
the
5-star
winged guy.
Danhang, and he's very cool. And Fu Xuan,
Very hung.
yeah, very hung. Fu
Yeah,
Xuan, the Destiny Reader, Shielder, Preservation, who will take hits for you and stuff. Yeah.
Yes, you will. Anyway,
The universe getting changed. Oops.
Yeah, sorry about that.
What happened on the Kafka trailer, by the way?
It's just mostly just an introduction
Okay.
of him.
It's hot.
it's a
Kafka's
really cool
very
trailer.
hot.
Kafka
Yeah.
is very hot. I can agree with that. Okay. Honkai, Genshin. Anything else before we move on?
Play it if you have the time. Woo!
like
I know you
Star
don't. This is a general.
Yeah, no, I know. You're talking to the
Yeah.
people.
Red.
Wait, is that the number of pulls? Oh no.
God, if only.
Honestly.
It probably is, honestly.
10 billion pulls.
for that character specifically, probably. She's like the most popular character in this game, so
Yeah.
absolutely. But yeah, not too much to continue on besides like some nice stuff that they're doing in the next patch. They're like increasing the resin cap from like 180 to 240, and we still see Genshin with more content not doing that. Oh yeah. Yeah, just more quality of life stuff for the game.
Nice. I've heard something encouraging from Ender up this week, which was, ironically, Honkai is much easier to jump in and out than Genshin. Because with Genshin, I do feel like I jump in and it's like, oh god, now I have to play this for like 20 hours to catch up. But apparently Honkai is much easier to just jump out, come back in. So that is encouraging. I might play this when it comes out on console. I don't want to play it.
It's genuinely so much more easier. Just like pick it up. I'm like, oh, cool, do a couple because like the dailies aren't like running around or teleporting and then waiting.
Menu
It's
based,
just
right?
combat. Yeah, combat is obviously a lot more linear, but also quicker and also still fun. It's just it's a lot more easier to pick and play for like the average casual player compared to Genshin, which is definitely a lot more of a time grind.
Nice. Last time we talked about this other gacha, we talked about Jujutsu Kaisen, but now we're gonna talk about Nier. Nier collabing with Nikke, the anime booty shoot game.
So the perv game meets the other perv game.
Yes.
And all the pervs are happy.
All I want to see is the shot of them shooting the guns, but
Of course.
apparently that is not.
I'm like, yep.
That is
You
not.
need to buy.
That is not here in the trailer. It's a
that
beautiful
from
trailer, but
Look, I could just go to Rule 34 at this point, guys.
it's true. It's true. Why are we
Oh,
even
I don't
doing
know.
all these collaborations, spending all of this money, and then doing gacha pools where you can just Google?
I guess there's something about controlling the character. Yeah, you know.
I got mods. Anyway,
What is there to say about this? It's a perfect fit.
September 1st.
Yeah.
A day before Ultimate Burst, you're gonna be Ultimate Bursting in your pants if you play Nikke. Anyway.
Indeed.
Oh, got him.
Moving on to fighting games. This one came from a gacha. BlazBlue Fantasy versus Rising. It's got some details that came out from Evo. So in this fighting game scene segment of the show, we might talk about some news that are a bit older because I wasn't here last week. So a lot of this comes from Evo. Not all of it. We do have some new stuff on Guilty Gear. But other stuff, I'm skipping a lot, by the way, of what happened at Evo because it's old news at this point. But I have to talk about BlazBlue Fantasy Rising because we talked about it every week leading up to this. And finally, we have, we have a release date, November 30. We have a price, which I believe is $50, right?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
$50, but there's also a free version. A free version
Yes.
with online and some limited modes and 4 characters. So you could technically just play BlazBlue Fantasy Versus forever for free. Just
Grand
main
means
one-
never have
Yeah.
to buy the game.
never have to buy.
Yeah, if you main Grand the main character, you just play the game for free.
Do we know if the Fall Guys mode is free?
It is.
Yeah,
It's part of the
is.
free mode. So if you want to play Fall Guys,
Party
play
mode
the game for
is
free.
free.
I'm definitely
Yeah,
gonna
party
play
mode is
Fall
free.
Guys. I will definitely play Fall Guys. I'm probably not
Let's
gonna
go.
play this fighting game. I will play Fall Guys.
Probably.
Yeah, completely free of the party mode.
Yeah.
Um,
Some good choices here from the BlazBlue team for sure.
Definitely.
And from me as well.
The game was
Free.
at Evo. Diaphone got 4th place with a new character. That was fun.
yeah.
The
Oh, that was-
Siegfried did very well in that tournament.
Oh, that
absolutely.
tournament was so fun to watch.
Oh, was it versus?
It was Rising, yeah.
Yeah, it was
Rising.
Rising.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't watch that.
Beta tournament.
Oh, it was so fun.
Yeah,
It was a really good tournament.
funny to watch the Marvel crowd be sad.
Oh god, yeah.
Mirror match. Tekken also revealed some characters. Raven, first and foremost. Very anime dude.
Wesley Snipes.
Yeah, Wesley Snipes. True.
Yeah.
Shushiyaki.
It returns from Tekken 6 after not being in 7.
It wasn't in
We did-
7? Oh.
No.
Yeah,
No,
his master was in it.
Yeah,
But
you
now
had
he-
Master Raven.
They had a
had a
Raven-like
Raven.
character. Yeah.
Yeah, they had the Raven-like character, but it wasn't Raven himself. That was Master Raven, but now we've got him back in 8.
Okay.
And
Raven's
he's really
back.
fucking cool.
He's really cool.
Was he already a ninja?
Yes.
Yeah.
That
he was
that
in
was
it.
his thing. Yeah, that was his thing.
Okay.
Well, he didn't have shadow clones.
Yeah, the
so this
Shadow
is-
Clones
yeah.
is the new thing.
Yeah, the astral projections, the new thing with him.
Come on, those are not astral projections. Those are shadow clones. Come on.
Kagebushin, man.
He's a Kagebushin. Yeah.
So man, the stages in this trailer, oh my god,
Yeah. Pretty good.
Yeah.
they are so.
Ooh.
There's Claudio.
Holy shit. This one
You're
is
right.
beautiful.
Where is Tekken now? You know, where are we?
Whatever we want.
So
We're in the Elden Ring.
I thought it took place on planet Earth. But here we are.
Yeah, and then we have
Elden Ring's a
devils
Vanguard
from
game.
hell, I think, from it. So, like, who cares?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
they were born in volcanoes, clearly. Come on.
yeah.
This is a beautiful stage.
It is.
And someone
This
wrote
does
water.
legitimately look like an Elden Ring area.
Yeah, yeah, it does. It does.
Something about this reminds me of Naruto, and I can't put my finger on it.
Oh, yeah.
The
It
stage,
might,
not the
might be
character.
the ninja and the shadow. Clone.
Not the ninja, I'm in the stage, but I'm in.
It's the hidden sand village.
Yeah.
Mm,
And the
And-
astral projections.
Anyway, who's that?
and the ninja.
Who's walking there? Who's that?
That's Jun, Jin's
Jun.
mother.
Why,
Yeah.
why mommy walking around? Anyway,
Yeah. 'cause
And
the
then we
stage is
have-
cut off Jin.
Azucena, who just
Yeah.
broke the freaking internet. I'm pausing the music and playing this trailer with sound. This is a new original character. First appearance, Tekken 8. Everyone went nuts over this character.
In a good way?
Yeah.
Damn, the mummy from Resident Evil is really tall, isn't she?
Holy shit, okay. Okay.
The internet got horny for the coffee queen.
Damn, I don't even like coffee.
We need it, but damn.
Soy la reina del café.
Yep, that's her. La reina del café.
Reina del café.
Perfect blend.
Okay.
Es hora de entrar. Aquí viene el espectáculo de Azucena.
From Peru. Woo! Ultra instinct, baby.
Counter stance, let's go.
She had a counter stance. That's cool. Wee.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Another cool stage.
Oh,
Yeah, so they went in a bit more detail on that. So
Jesus,
she's
the stage.
unable to, she's unable to block in that stance, but she automatically parries high and lows. So she's going to be a very toxic character.
yeah, it's like
Just for-
command grab. Counter press,
This
right?
this stage though. Damn. Look at the mountain.
Just you wait. Just wait.
Boom.
El café es la bebida número 1 en el mundo.
Ah, yes, the Brit.
Alright, so this is a bit racist, but I will say this.
Oh, here we go.
And never.
Be
Uh-oh.
careful what you say, Renee.
Uh-oh.
Second
No.
being racist, what?
It's just, and maybe because I'm Latin as well.
hey,
but
look,
I
cool
agree.
stage, stop being racist.
I definitely agree. Coffee is just the best. Yeah.
It's so much better than
Yeah,
tea. Get
definitely.
out of here, Brits.
Which
I,
is funny
no
to say
comment.
because Lily's French.
Oh. Proof.
I'll be honest, I'd rather drink tea over coffee.
Yeah, and you're wrong.
I don't like either.
No?
Objectively, I'd rather just drink water, but
If
like,
I lived in the US, I would also rather drink tea than coffee.
That is a good point. Yes.
That is-
Yes,
that is-
that is a very good point. Yeah,
fair,
I agree.
that's fair.
Anyone
This fucking,
from
I hope this shot is in the game.
Yeah, it is. Like,
I think that literally is their ending frame, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
just in an ad suddenly.
but,
Yeah,
but
They should just
also,
make that as an actual copy.
I
brand.
immediately demand mods to edit that for Pepsi, man.
here's my thing. If you're from the United States or from the United Kingdom, You do not get to chime in on this because your coffee fucking sucks.
Yep.
It is
That's
so
fair.
terrible. I've lived in the UK for 2 years, and it was my sad. Look, the weather sucks, but I can take up the weather. I don't mind some rain, but the coffee, man, the coffee is just so bad. It's literally just dirt. It is the worst experience you can have when you're a fan of coffee, proper coffee. So
I
yes,
don't like how we let Starbucks get away with it. I don't know.
guys, even Starbucks, man, it's so bad. It's so bad.
So to
It's
quickly
different.
add-
It's different from country to country, but I did not have Starbucks in the US, by the way, so I will give that note. That said, there's some reptile on screen right now.
Yeah, my boy. My
Talk about beautiful stages. Jesus.
Hey, look, it's Ashra.
Hey, Ashra. Ashra in
Yeah.
the call and in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. I never played Deception, so I had no idea
No, I
who she
have
was.
no idea of any of the 3D Mortal Kombats. I have no idea of any of those characters.
And I played Armageddon, but I don't remember her being in Armageddon, so I can't really say much about that. But cool looking character, and even when they recently did the
She's a
combat cast.
Stan's character, from what I've heard, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, so she sort of switches between light and dark, per se. Like, she
Look,
mostly
Havoc.
focuses on her light
Yeah.
stance. Then she goes into her dark form, does a bunch of stuff, like she can debuff them. And when she goes back to light, her light is more stronger. Stuff like that, from what they showed in the combat cast. Yeah, she looks really cool.
This game has no right to look this good.
Havoc looks
No, what do you mean? That's full right.
Animation is so cool. Oh,
Fuck
he
it.
rips your arm.
Yeah,
Bro.
Havoc's attacks are just crazy.
Yeah, Havoc.
Got Serena
another
here doing her thing.
Deception character.
Still not playable.
Attacking you with his bones.
Just gonna get demonetized for sure.
But yeah, this is Reptile, human form, an invisible form.
Absolutely the coolest looking version of Reptile
Oh,
ever.
yeah. Oh yeah.
And look at the fireworks. I don't not even looking at the game. Baffled by the scenery again. Trademark
that.
Renee.
Punish that.
And then the striker.
I like how he transforms.
Yeah. And like
I don't know if that's
sometimes
something
it's
new.
full body, sometimes it's partial. No, that's brand new. I don't Reptile was never like this.
Yeah.
Oof.
No.
Is it just a dude or like just a weird reptile man? This is the first time he's
Yeah.
like both.
Yeah. And Havoc just ripping his arm to attack.
This stage is ridiculous. The fog and
know.
smoke.
Havoc is so fucking cool.
This assist I'm not a big fan of. I'll say that. Like that character is like, okay, that's a bit too much. It's a bit too ridiculous for Mortal Kombat, which is a hard sentence to say.
I miss watching tournaments for this.
Anyway, yeah, Ninja Killer won Evo over the twins. So
Power line.
true. Okay, we're not gonna show this. Anyway,
I was a bit disappointed to see Sonic Fox, go into Street Fighter alone and not performing. I mean, top 24 is performing well, of
that's
course.
performing
but
very well.
that's performing very well. Yeah,
The Sonic
7,000
Fox
people,
expectation is crazy.
yeah, it's top 4 at least. That
game's
was my
barely out.
expectation. Yeah, I know. I'm asking too much of them, but yeah, I just wanted to see them win or get to the top.
And Guilty Gear. Let's talk about some new stuff. So at Evo, this character got announced. It's Johnny. I think we all called it.
Yeah.
Johnny. Looks really cool, really awesome. And we can watch this trailer, or we can just watch how this character is played, because this just came out today. So the starter guide. Here's how you play Johnny. So basically, it's like 4 special moves. And some very good buttons from what it looks.
Johnny specializes in fighting
Misfinder do Misfinder things.
arsenal of excellent pokes.
True.
Overwhelming
Look at this, standing heavy.
arsenal of excellent pokes.
This is slash. This is heavy slash.
Jesus. Wait, that's full screen.
It's
Yeah.
close.
You haven't even seen a Misfinder.
Oh yeah, Mistfinders. Let's do Mistfinders.
Oh, that card is cool.
Johnny
All right,
and
Mistfinder is gonna enter a stance, and when you let go of the button, he does the attack. right? So this was the kick version, which is in a straight line. I can explain this faster than he does. This is the punch version that goes up, and the slash version goes down, and it's a low.
The slash version performs a downward slash.
Okay, but you can hold the button.
As a low attack, and cannot be blocked while standing.
You can hold the button, and then when you let go, he does it, but you can also cancel the stance. And he can also walk forward or back while holding the button, and he can also dash while you're holding.
The mix-up?
Yes.
Yoinku?
I
Does it
haven't seen cross-ups.
Okay.
You can't cross up usually.
Okay,
I don't think you could in the older games.
Yeah. But you can also let go of the button while dashing.
Oh, okay.
Here's the thing. This shit works in the air. Okay. Which means all of these buttons are overheads because they're jumping.
Of course. Yeah.
Also means you can TK Mistfinder.
And you can TK Mistfinder. Yeah.
Oh, so
Instant
that's
overhead.
50-50,
Right?
yeah.
You can hold the button to cancel, or just delay it like that.
Double tap left.
And you can dash. I haven't seen the cross-ups yet, so like I don't know if he automatically turns around for some cool cross-ups. But that's a cool jump in. It's a cool keep away.
Grounded or midair.
And then turn up.
With any version of Mistfinder, triggers an attack in the
If he attacks the card with this, he gets a second slash. So let's talk about the cards. He throws a card in the air, and it's just distance, by the way. He throws that angle every time, and the card slowly falls, and then if you attack it with Mistfinder, it will do the second slash.
The direction the card is thrown varies between
So that's
the punch,
one distance,
kick,
two
and
distance,
slash versions.
and the slash distance.
The card
So if you hit it with a Mistfinder, then boom, second hit.
deal midair.
It's cool.
That's cool.
Johnny throws a card.
You can also throw it directly down. This does have a hitbox though. The card on the ground doesn't, but this one does. Also, the activation has a hitbox. So boom.
Use this move.
It stays there too. Okay.
Yeah, and the card stays there.
Or as part of air combos. Vault.
All right, and that's kind of the cards and Mistfinder. So in addition to that, he has Vault, where he just jumps. That's the cross-up.
Vault a distance forward.
And yes, he can stop the vaults
Inputting heavy slash
with an attack
during the movement
to throw the card.
performs deal midair. Using vault after an attack can get you in closer to the opponent. While
Yoink.
following up into deal
Screw you.
midair can be useful
Boom,
during
boom.
combos.
Oh. I bet you can extend that.
So cool.
Yeah.
Johnny
And
leaps
a Senga,
forward and performs
which
a
is
strike
looks like a
attack.
vault, but then it's not.
It can be used to attack.
So
That's an
go.
old move.
Avoiding
Yeah.
low-profile moves. This move works well in combos and as a way to bait a throw attempt
That's so
from
cool.
the opponent. Even when blocked, this move creates space with the
Spacing is
opponent,
really good.
making it challenging to punish. That's my
And we get to supers. But yeah, that's the character, pretty much. This is an Invulsol super.
following up with an immensely powerful attack. As
I
it is
love how this looks.
invincible
It's so good.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
comes out fast, it can be used to interrupt the opponent.
Sometimes I forget that Invul supers are actually Invul supers because of how much Street Fighter I play, and I'm like, no, but that's a projectile. Oh wait,
Heartstrings.
doesn't matter.
Joker trick.
And how about
I mean, they,
full
DPs might not be
screen
in Vault
projectile.
anymore.
a full screen projectile? Hey, Biken, you thought you were the one?
Position for an additional attack.
I got this too.
You can use it as a surprise
Boom.
And he actually gets to cover the distance.
Oh wait, is that frame 1?
It's not Invul.
for major damage in a combo.
But does that stop time and hit you on frame 1?
No, there's travel distance.
Oh, okay.
So,
That'd be great.
Yeah, there's travel.
Tracks to the opponent's position.
Oh, okay.
Attack.
Yeah, and that's Johnny.
Access to a variety of excellent
People are not going to like fighting this. And neither will you.
Even though he's a lot more simplistic than what he was in Exile. No longer have to deal with the coin bullshit. Now he's just got the cards.
Here's the thing though, that this character looks super interesting mechanics wise. But I will say this, and I felt this for a while. which was the character design. It's been a while since like one character from Guilty Gear gets me like, oh, this is a nice design. And this is something that happened in the base a lot. Nagoriyuki being a great example. I don't feel like that. I haven't felt like that for a while. I think Chaos was cool in terms of design. You already knew him, of course. But yeah, I feel like the last DLCs haven't really made me go, this like character looks sick. Not really.
Okay.
I don't know why that isn't.
You're feeling
It's
that
just-
with Johnny too?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know why though. It just seems like a generic character. I know it's like, yeah, it is different. The head is big. Like there's a big jacket, the glasses, but I don't know. I know what it is.
Cool slashing cowboy.
Yeah, it's like a cowboy with a katana. I don't. Generic is not the first word that pops to mind, but yeah, man. I guess you don't understand why you feel that way. I can't really help you there either.
Yeah.
But I respect it, you know?
Yeah,
Cowboy
it's
samurai,
not
that's
everyone's
sick.
cup of tea at the end of the day.
Sure. Look at that belt. Belt is... That's some weighted clothing.
Bigger than his normals.
True. No, it's not true. Let's talk about Street Fighter to wrap this up. Cowabunga, they announced a
boy.
collaboration with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, where you can just have the outfits on your custom character. And then when they came out, it's $15 for each costume, not for the
Each
full-
costume?
Each
Yeah.
one costs more than a DLC character.
$15 ninja costumes.
Yeah,
Heroes
so-
that are overpriced.
I
So
guess
pe-
that's how much it costs to deal with Nickelodeon. I don't know, man. Jesus.
Yeah, so people have calculated it. So if you want all of the turtles, it's $60 up front. All four.
Yeah, 15 plus 15 plus 15.
And
Plus
there's no like bundle. You have to buy them all separately.
And if you want all of the content that they've done for this collaboration, it's $100.
Yeah, because there's some little things outside of just the costumes, right?
Yeah, the emotes, the tags, all of the other stuff besides the costumes. But yeah, all of it, the entire collaboration is $100.
Here's the thing about Street Fighter. I am completely in love with this game. In terms of gameplay and in terms of like just fighting online, getting to know the game, leveling up. I haven't felt like this since Dragon Ball Fighters, which is something that I thought Guilty Gear was going to be, and it ended up not being. This one is. I am completely in love with it. I am choosing to ignore everything surrounding the fucking monetization system. Because it feels every time I hear something, and this was no different, it just feels ugly what they're doing. And every time I go into the game and something pops up regarding the new rewards and what I don't fucking care about.
But like,
Just
the cool thing about Street Fighter 6 is that none of that gets in the way of the fighting game you want to play.
Yeah, that's
Right.
at least that is the thing.
This is an outrageous price if you talk about gaming in general. But if you want to play Street Fighter 6, the fighting game, you don't give a fuck. You don't care. And I think
No.
that's why Capcom can get away with this. Because I think fighting game players are actually happy that this is expensive. Because first of all, they don't feel tempted to purchase it. And second of all, they know this is funding Capcom Cup and a bunch of other competitive stuff that they're going to benefit from.
I can see that.
But
It's just
gaming industry-wise, you cannot sell a $60 game and then pull this bullshit like that.
this is a fucking skin for your character. It's just if this was like 15 for the four,
Not even
skins,
the character you play as. It's just like the custom character that you play story mode with, and maybe some avatar battles, but
which I don't think anyone cares.
right.
Like avatar battles are not cool. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Like unless you grind the hell out of.
disagree.
Dude, it's just unless you
Agree to
grind the hell out of that mode, you'll be stuck fighting with your level 30 level of characters.
That's why
And-
I'm like leveling up once per day. Like I go up one level per day. That's my goal
I-
in Street Fighter. Is go up one
I
level
just
per
simply
day.
outplay the avatars.
Here's the
I'm
thing.
at like level 50 or whatever the hell like midway is. I'm like, cool, I'm done. Time to body everyone. The
I
99s
lev-
get his ass.
I leveled up to level 30 something, and I had to do the 20 wins achievement, and I faced against some 100 plus opponents, and the experience was mostly me kicking their ass for 90% of the time, and then all of a sudden they pull a Shoryuken and take 60% of my health. That was the experience. And mind you, I did complete story mode, and I spent quite a few hours on it, 15 hours at least, to complete the whole story mode and do all achievements on story mode.
Yeah.
I feel like I played quite a lot, and I'm level 30. Like, to be level 100.
No, you have to grind it. Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Absolutely.
They're fun. They're fun, and it's cool that they're there. But I just want to play with the balanced being, you know.
Yeah.
Very
Every
positive.
time I play Avatar battles, I'm like, yeah, this is a really cool idea. And then when I play Street Fighter, the video game, with the normal characters, I'm like, oh, this is like 100 times better. Why am I?
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's not even. Yeah. That's the thing. Even
close.
graphically, right? Because the characters look very bad. Like the avatars look bad compared to the main characters.
It's still a little bit concerning, to be honest, because if they're going to keep this price, and I assume that these collaborations aren't going to last for very long in the game, like, that Spy Family thing that they're doing, we still don't even know what the fuck they're doing with that, but if they're doing the same thing as what they're doing with TMNT, they're going to be shoving costumes for the World Tour characters that are $15.
Yeah, perhaps.
And they might justify it because the fact it's Spy Family.
Yeah, and
But
also like it's optional. It's a skin. It's like
Yeah, it's
visual only,
optional.
like-
Well, like, it's just not right.
Just cosmetic. That's what we'll say.
I can fix her.
You ain't fixing shit.
Let's talk about Aki. Aki is the next DLC character, and they showed the teaser by showing her cutscene inside the World Tour mode, right? So this is your first look at Aki in Street Fighter 6. It's kind of just a design look. There's no movesets, nothing like that. Even,
And she looks dope as hell.
Yeah.
This is what I mean. She looks dope as hell. By the way, this is
Not
regarding.
love has been given to the voice actor here. I love this entire scene.
Oh yeah. We're. I don't think I've heard.
Heavy eyelids, intense thirst, loss of speech, vomiting, diarrhea, stomach distension, breathing difficulty, then respiratory failure.
whatever.
This is gonna be a poison gimmick character.
Oh yeah, she's kind of like Fang.
Okay.
You know Fang.
She's
from
related
Street
to
Fighter
Fang, I
5.
think.
Yeah, she's related to Fang. Fang from Street Fighter 5. They were like, how do we make this character more popular? Make her a waifu. All
Exactly.
right. And that brings us to the end of Around the Bush. We made it. We made it.
I have a question for you before we
Yes.
move on from Street Fighter. At the beginning, it seemed like Rashid was gonna be. What is your experience fighting Rashid?
Not a lot. I haven't fought many Rashids.
I barely see any restraints
Yeah.
online, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, I see.
I mean, he
a lot of
seems
them.
decent, but he doesn't seem like everyone was. Oh, he's not like an obvious top tier now. It doesn't
Yeah.
seem-
That's like a break from Street Fighter.
Yeah, I feel like Rashid was scary at the beginning, and I do fight quite a lot of Rashids in Diamond, but I feel like I have an easy time managing what they do. Like usually they always try to go for the jump, when they have like the speed, the extra speed from the tornado. It's just start anti-airing them, and they usually calm down, and it starts getting into more of the regular footsies, which they're not strong at, and it's usually very manageable compared to Ken, for example. So yeah, like it was super scary at the beginning, and then I'm honestly not scared of him at all, because usually Rashid is a good matchup for me.
Okay.
Quite
yeah.
the thing that he needs quite a lot of meter to work. Like he likes spending a lot of meter, and also like a lot of his best stuff I feel is like he's kind of got like two-step neutral. Like he's got decent tools, but like if I set up my tornado and that, then I get my good tools. But he's got to set it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he does have a lot of like plus situations, but it still doesn't feel like. As soon as I learned like how to do the delay tech OS, it started becoming easier and easier to deal. And I sometimes also like the perfect after
delay tech. Oh, for tech as well. Okay.
Yeah,
Just like, wait, does Street Fighter have delay tech? What? I was thinking of like a delay. Ultimate Burst to wrap things up. Signups are open. Main games: Demon Slayer, Dragon Ball Fighters, Naruto Storm 4, Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3. $250 guaranteed on the Matcherino for each one of those. The Matcherinos have been created but don't have claim codes yet, so I'm not sharing the link just yet. But I mean, I can put it in chat if you want. But it's donations only for now. $250 for each main event. All the side events are here too if you guys want to donate and whatnot. I know Ichiban is putting 300 into Jump Force, and I know Dragon Ball FighterZ is getting another 100 from Icek. So yeah, we got signups ready. Demon Slayer is lining up to be the main game with 51 signups so far. Naruto Storm 4, finally people have woken up and started signing up for this because this was empty as hell for the longest time. But 16 attendees. This is looking like the third game right now. Dragon Ball FighterZ is in second place with 26 people. Biggest name here so far probably Kasuga. We got Plug, we got Oniro, we got Kasuga, Jiruzen, Mao Mao. Got people.
Okay.
And Tenkaichi 3 is getting up there. 12 attendees is a very good number for Tenkaichi already. But I'm looking to make it like a 20 to make it like the most popular Tenkaichi tournament ever. Or the most signups ever. But we got all the big names are here already. Paige is here, Rob is here, Yosha is here. So this is going to be a bloodbath on Tenkaichi 3. September 2nd, and if you make it to top 6, also September 3rd. It's going to be live streamed on this channel. Signups are free and ready now. You have until August 28th. That's when the signups close. And on August 29, I'm thinking of live streaming the seeding process and revealing the brackets and doing all that stuff with the Game Masters. That is gonna do it. Let's move on to Q&A. If you guys got questions, I've got answers. You can ask in chat, you can ask in voice chat, you can ask in no mic voice. Let's get the show on the road. Get out of here in 15 minutes. Apparently, I'm commentating my first Street Fighter set ever today.
Oh, nice.
Salty was looking for commentators, and I'm like, yeah, I'm free.
Let's go.
I'm gonna do it with Jay Free, which is a very fun guy to commentate with.
Although not a question, I did put up a tweet for you in Nomec.
Okay.
An Anji combo.
Oh, the
Yeah,
bird?
that one.
Wait, the bird, the fish? Do they do the fish?
Fish. The fish.
It uses the new.
Whoa, the new burst mechanic thing.
Oh my goodness.
Pretty nice combo.
Oh yeah, since Anji has hella corner carry, he can really take you to the corner.
So, okay, so that is the new mechanic that uses burst. It's the offensive burst mechanic, which is a new move for everyone, right? And in this case, it spends.
It works definitely per character.
Yeah, it spends 50% of your burst gauge. That is basically the BNB, but they extended with that move and repeat it. Damn. Okay, into six. Wait.
So they also changed the hit effect of his
Okay, that's
the jump move because it.
Boom, boom. Into.
Because could you always link a kick? In the air?
No, you couldn't. But maybe it's just the specific position of like, this puts you in a specific position where like close range slash, then puts her so far above your head that after this move she's super close to you. Maybe. Or they changed the knockback, but yeah, like this kick barely hits too. But yeah, into close slash 6S, Fujin. Damn. That's cool. I like the sauce on that. Thanks for that tweet, Asher.
You're welcome.
What is BCE?
Oh, it's Faust Super on Johnny.
Oh, nice.
Bone Crush or something.
That's a
The
thumbnail
faces
right
never fail to disappoint.
That's a thumbnail right there.
God damn it. God damn it. Thank you. Looking forward to the Strife patch still. I wanna I want to stream it, even if it's not a video, but we might not have the time. Well, like we're looking at next week and going. We're probably only gonna do 3 videos instead of 4, because we're behind on Ultimate Burst preparations. So
Gotcha.
We'll see. That's not next week. It's the week after, right?
24th.
Oh, 24th. So it is next week.
Yeah.
Hyped for the One Punch Man mobile game? Relatively. I worry about the structure of that game, and you know, I've been burned with all the gacha before, so it's the game I'll check out with low expectations. But I like the visuals and I like the combat ideas that game has, so we'll see. Next. Heard Rene mention that he was fully sponsored up today, but he didn't show us the Manscape. Where's the Manscape?
Did?
I mean,
There you go.
That's rich.
that's rich. Like,
Wait.
I don't think it'd be very wise for him
Manscaped for
to
your money.
I don't think it'd be
Show
very
us the
wise for
proof you
him.
use the product.
Shit.
Like, imagine me just standing up, unzipping his pants to show
No.
the results of Manscaped.
Wait.
No,
No, I don't need to do that. I don't need to do it.
Look
Look
at
at
the
this.
razor.
Yeah,
Look at this amazingly trimmed beard.
There's the
You know?
Manscape. There's the Manscape.
Look at the shaved head. What do you think? Come on, man. Look at
No,
look at how
I-
clean this. No ear. Look at this. No air here. You know, all trimmed. I do have my what is it called? The nose and here.
Trimmer.
Yeah, no,
Trimmer. Yeah.
But your balls must be so cool.
Show us your balls.
All right.
Kaguya release date. So it's either next week or the week after, because they said a character every 2 months. So it's in August for sure, but we don't know if it's okay. It's gonna be balls. It's gonna be in August for sure, but we don't know if it's next week or the week after. Emmanuel, are you expecting a new Jump crossover game? The lack of announcements at this point worries me that we won't get one this time around. I can semi-confirm that the leak we got was fake, and that nothing like it is ready to be announced anytime soon. I do think there will be another Jump crossover game because Jump Force just sold so damn much.
And that worries me.
But at the same time, it's like they had that license issue that caused the game to be shut down already. So they might take their time to figure out something else on that department. But the previous leak, the Jump Ultimate Stars or whatever, that was... I can 95% confirm that that was fake. I'm probably late, but where's JJK? At the start of the stream, man. Will there be a JJK story mode? We expect one to be there for sure, but Viking story... I haven't seen Viking do a good story mode ever. So if they do a good story mode, it would be the first time. I'm not expecting much out of it, but I'm expecting a story mode because anime games just need to have a story mode. Shocks me how easily people ate that rumor. That one in My Hero Fighting game a while ago. So the My Hero Fighting game, I didn't eat it up because, like, most of that was just a story mode description. It felt like a dude wrote a fanfic and just wanted you to read it. So he framed it as a leak. And it worked. Everyone read it. But the Jump stuff, I did believe it. And I believed it because I knew Bandai was going to announce something soon. I didn't know what it was, but I knew something was going to come out soon. That ended up being Sandland. So that is why I was like, oh, the stuff that they're going to announce that I know it's going to happen just leaked early. And there's a PlayStation Showcase coming out next week. Well, hold on. All the stars are lining up. So that's why I believed it. What's your favorite feature of JJK Curse Clash and why is it friendly fire? I don't have one, man. We don't understand the game enough. I think a lot of interesting stuff has come out this week on those scans and the screenshots and Sukuna having friendly fire. But so far, my favorite thing is honestly the biking effect, which is make every character unique. Make every character have a cool gimmick that makes them feel completely different from the other character. It's what Storm is missing, really. No Discord ping? I forgot.
Yeah, that's for me as well.
I'm
I think
so bad at pinging Discord on live streams. I'm terrible at it. Enable notifications. Subscribe. Enable notifications. But for you too.
Yeah, the biking is just, you know, for all the bad things people say about My Hero, just the fact that everything is just super unique, and to be able to host so many good My Hero tournaments, even through the hassle of just screen sharing through PlayStation, and having so many good tournaments and good matches from that game is amazing. You know, the hassle, and that was because Viking did a great job on building that game, and even like us covering the DLC. Every DLC that they released was super cool to watch. For me, as either editing the videos and then when Vegeta's came along, for me it was always super fun watching you learn the character and understand that the character was how did they
crafted
break it
with
this
detail?
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, also that. But but also to that point, they usually quickly released a patch and fixed it. So that's also cool. Even because I don't think usually when you release a DLC, let's release a very strong DLC and it will sell and then I don't think that was ever their point for My Hero. I think making characters unique and characters look like what they do in the show, that was their point. Sometimes they released broken, but they instantly fixed it. It's not like they waited for the patch or something. They usually fix the problem. If not, they fixed it after, regardless. So that's always that's why I'm very excited for this new game. And now with all this about the new mechanics, the not being able to damage unless you're doing techniques, that's cool. Being able to damage your friends, having to stay away from maybe certain characters will damage, others won't. That is very interesting. Maybe some techniques will hurt, others won't, and that is just interesting. It's mixing fighting games with strategy, and that's gonna be unique if that's how it works.
My bad, I might be spammy. You're not spammy. We're in the Q&A portion of the show. I really want to know if you have followed up on My Hero Ultra Rumble news. I have a few blog posts and dev posts. Yeah, every week we're probably covering the newest dev post, and we covered the latest one today. We talked about the characters. We speculated a little bit on which characters they would be. Rewind the show. Go ahead and watch it. It's all there. Was just checking the managing techniques. Aren't there... Anyway, that's a stagger move, like a stun that lets you power up and release curse techniques. I thought about... So when I saw the scan, I thought for sure, okay, there's going to be like basic attacks, there's going to be managing techniques, and there's going to be curse techniques, right? So a combo might look like attack, 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 managing technique. And that is just going to like be a combo that builds up your energy. And once you have enough meter, you go attack, 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 curse technique, right? But then you look at the screenshots and it's like the managing technique is just a punch. And everything makes it sound like the managing techniques are just going to be normal attacks. So normal attacks might not do damage in this game. And it's all about curse techniques. Might be. But yeah, right now, Ragnar, honestly, everything's possible, I guess. It's all very speculation. All definitely speculation. Final thoughts, final words, or we're getting out of here.
Yeah, it's always, not only is the scan potentially ambiguous on purpose because they don't want to reveal everything, but also it was translated from, so we never really know until we get our hands on it or they explain the mechanic.
Sure. Imagine if they had the JJK's demo at Gamescom. Yeah, it sounds like Gamescom is going to be scraps. I'm happy we're not going, actually. Like, they have One Punch and Storm Connections. That's it.
Yeah. It's, in a way, it is sad that we're not going, because it's always like...
Yeah.
It's a moment. It's fun. It's fun. All the traveling, going to new country, getting to experience new food. But yeah, it's not the excitement that it was 2 years ago. I don't. just because of the amount of stuff that we had to do. And also, it was my first time there, obviously. Also, Cyberpunk was involved. That was exciting. It really doesn't hit the same this year. It doesn't seem like they have any. It seems like we're still catching up to the whole COVID situation. So yeah, it doesn't feel strong. I'm still excited for. So I'm excited for that.
You're cutting off. You're excited for what?
Opening Night Live.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm still excited for that. I've heard Jeff Keighley. There won't be many new game announcements.
Yeah.
More updates on old games and ongoing games.
And I do suspect there's going to be an anime thing over there, so you guys should watch. That's basically what I'm saying. You guys should watch the opening night live. We'll probably react to it live, but I've heard through the grapevine that something will show up there, and you probably want to see it. If you watch my channel, you probably want to see it.
Indeed.
So with that, folks, I believe we're ready to wrap it up. What will they do with domain expansions? We don't even know if that's like a universal mechanic or if it will be character specific, but they just revealed what they're doing with Black Flash, which is kind of cool. So we'll see. We'll find out what they do with domain expansions. I'm definitely excited for that too. When is that? That is next Tuesday. It's coming up. Next Tuesday. Is that the 24th? That's the 22nd. Okay. 22nd. So 2 days before Johnny. Storm Connections, another collection with updated DLC and expansion pass. I feel like I've talked enough about the subject and made videos that have thousands, hundreds of thousands of views. So I think you know my opinion on the subject if you really search for it, if you really want to know. I think at some point it was a marketing fail, and still is. But now that players have played it, the amount of changes to the combat system is kind of a lot. It's hard to call it a collection.
Also, go watch our speedrun short.
Yeah, we just released the speedrun shorts. It's our second short on the channel. We're trying more shorts. We'll see if they stick around or not. But I'm not sticking around. I'm leaving. So thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Bye.